Hey.
All right. Backyard Therapy episode 19. We out here with a few things to talk about. A couple of things been happening as per usual.
You know the regular.
We got our regular guest. Not regular guest, but we got our guest Aaron here with us.
Hey.
Back to give us his expanded knowledge
Yeah.
on all of these things.
Mhm.
So we could kick it off with Derek Chauvin, a cop, the one cop who's been America's #1 bad guy for the last year or so.
Francois, I'm gonna need you to update people about who that is. For who don't know, man.
Yeah, he's the cop who murdered
Oh,
George Floyd.
One of them.
Yeah, but he was really the offender.
Yeah,
the guy
the
was
aggressor.
the guy who. Well, all of them were the aggressors, but he's the one who dealt the blow with his knee.
Yeah, the killing.
to the
killing.
man's neck.
Okay.
Now his case has been more or less concluded at this point. At the point of recording, his verdict has been handed down, and it's been 3 guilty verdicts, as it should be.
Okay. All right.
Now, a lot of people think that this is the obvious result, which it should be. I mean, there's multiple videos. There's bystander footage. There's like recordings from the stores that were like on the block or whatever. And I think ain't nobody upset over this. And if you're upset over it, of course there's always going to be people out there who are like, oh, it shouldn't be. Oh, we got to look back at this case. Well, and look back at it.
Yeah.
The man was murdered in cold blood.
The man was murdered. It was captured by multiple people. He tried to. They even tried to do a little bait and switch, trying to make it look like a different person. I think they were trying to protect him to get him out there, but because there was too much evidence.
You mean Derek?
Yeah. You know the Blue Lives. Yeah, paid leave and try and get him out there, get him like a little desk job and whatnot. They just protect their own.
At this point, though, there's no.
There's nothing you could do about
there's
that.
no saving that.
Because why? They dox you now. They know you live. They know you work. They pull up. They cause you get fired, and they harass you.
Yeah. I mean, and everyone's talking about this at this point.
Yeah. I think it was almost a big thing as like DMX passing away, because days later people still talking about.
Yes.
In fact, the memes are very rampant out there of Derek in his little mask in the courtroom, like doing his eyes to the side and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very hilarious.
That's funny, but prayers to George Floyd's family. I'm glad you guys got justice. It was foolishness. The shit should not be happening. Derek Chauvin, I hope you rot in jail and everybody like you, because that man clearly could not breathe and you refused to take your foot off his neck.
Well, that's the thing. He's not going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
What's the situation?
I mean, whatever sentence they hand him,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it was
so-
like a life, but let's
okay.
be real.
Yeah.
Let's be
Agreed.
real.
Agreed.
He's going to get out early for good behavior.
For being.
In fact, he probably going to what, federal prison?
I'm not sure.
Well, if he goes to federal prison, life could be good for him regardless. But if he gets transferred, they could do the good behavior, move him out, put him on probation, then he could be right back into the system as a white man. That's why I said, hopefully, he rot in jail. But as we know, with these type of situations, it don't end that way.
More than likely, that will not be the case.
I had a question for you about that.
What?
Do you think there would have ever been a situation where we in 2021, we just come out of 2020. You think there would have been a situation where they would have fucking not find him guilty?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you always gonna have people like, rallying like, hey, he shouldn't go to jail for that. He was just doing his job. I mean, the defense. Derek's defense, they were throwing up a bunch of things like, George, he was drugged up, he was on amphetamines, fentanyl,
they get this shit out of here.
I mean, all type of things to try to break down this brother's character. But no matter how you look at it, no one deserves to die. What, just because he was on fentanyl, or just because he handed a store clerk a counterfeit $20 bill?
Bro,
Yeah.
the thing about that is, Andre, and I'm glad you brought that up. We still don't know if the money was counterfeit. The owner is like, he don't even care. That's not the problem. He wasn't even worried because he knows George.
So they hadn't even confirmed.
No, they didn't. Well, I haven't seen anything that confirmed that said that
It was counterfeit.
it was counterfeit.
Yeah.
Well, the owner wasn't making a big thing of it because George is sell Lucy's and CDs in the front. So of course someone could come up with a counterfeit counterfeit $20 bill. He go in there, try buy one, drink, and that's the thing. You know, Poppy's like, don't worry about it, da da da. Poppy ain't call the police.
Yeah, I mean that shit circulates unknown all the time.
The store owner did call the police. That's what
Really?
caused, yeah, because what happened was he handed the fake bill to the clerk. Now I think the question is, you know, whether he was aware that it was a counterfeit 20.
Yeah,
I mean I guess that's moot at this point.
Okay.
Mm.
So, thank you for correcting me. Now, after he didn't know if the $20 bill was fake. How did it escalate to whereas this man is on the floor with someone's knee in his neck?
I'll just get into that. He handed the counterfeit 20 to the clerk, and the clerk actually was one of the people on the stand, like, you know, giving his witness, like, testimonial. And he even before that, you know, this person has put out on the internet, like, you know, if I was aware this situation was gonna end up the way it was,
oh, yes,
I wasn't gonna report this to my boss, because I don't think anybody is gonna anticipate someone handing you fake cash and that's gonna turn into someone dying. But that's what happened. He got the bill. He checked it out. He's like, okay, this I gotta refer this to my boss, because
that's procedure.
and then the boss called the police. Police came, and they did what they had to do.
That's what they had to do.
But they were not trained.
They do what the fuck
trained
they supposed to do.
Not do.
Right, exactly what they were trained to not do.
Also, that Asian man that was complicit with David messing up George Floyd, you deserve just as much.
You mean Derek?
Derek, you deserve just as much punishment as him.
I mean, all those cops there.
Those cops there. Anybody
about,
involved.
There were about 4 or 5 police there, and
Yeah, so that's weird, isn't it?
it's not weird. That's the thing. Like, it's reoccurring thing in America where
For sure.
like it'll be like one person on a bicycle and 5 cruisers pull up.
Okay, all right. You're right.
Stop where you are.
You're right.
It's
You're right.
weird.
I correct myself.
That's weird.
I find it weird because this ain't at least from my knowledge, this ain't the first time mines is out here. They didn't want them selling Lucy's or whatever.
What's a Lucy?
Loose cigarettes. That's illegal. They want to sell it by the pack, and people usually come out because Poppy inside ain't selling them like that. They could go to him, get them for $1. He go inside, make his flip, and he was selling CDs on the side. So it's like,
He was a hustler.
I think that they were like, they tired of his shit. May not be the store owner or whoever, but they probably just like, babe, we think that you do something else other than just this. Therefore, and you come with this fake $20 bill, we don't like you. So I think it's something deeper than that too. But that's just me and my conspiracy and my black conspiracy theory.
Regardless, they could being held accountable. That's great.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
I wouldn't have been surprised if
It would have been a
he
riot.
had been not guilty in at least one of the charges, but I mean, the result of that would have been just riots on the streets in every state.
Yeah.
Riots on the streets, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah. and they were scared of that happening,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
Which is a
why
real
lot
thing?
of
It's a
this-
real thing.
yeah.
We used to have a riot, what, every what, month? If that much?
every
if
week.
Every week, dog.
Every
there's
week,
a
I
riot
mean,
about something, dog.
every week someone getting killed by the police. Just as that same day as the Chauvin trial was being concluded,
Mhm.
there was a 16-year-old young black lady
Girl.
being shot up by police.
I heard like a 3-year-old got shot the other day, wait.
Yeah, at some McDonald's drive-through.
What the fuck?
307.
No, there was a 3-year-old who got shot up. There was another one who was a 7-year-old
7.
who got shot up.
Damn.
But this this one is a little bit special because, like I said, she's 16, and I saw the video of body cam footage.
Mhm.
The police roll up and like this family, they was like fighting. They called the police saying, "Hey, these people came to beat us up. Like we need some like
The
help."
fuck?
Yeah. So when the police got there, you could see the fight. It was happening, and the guy. Now I saw the censored version of the video, so I didn't get too clear of a thing. But the girl who was shot, she was like going at people with a knife, right? She's trying to go at this other person with the knife, as the police described, and he just like sick, like laid out.
Why do they do that?
They scared?
Like it's not like a 1-2. I noticed after watching some live leaks and videos, it'll always be like, put the gun down, then the dude is here reach, and then it'd be like, wait, like 70 shots, wait.
It's usually when they gather in crowds,
Mm-hmm.
and they have you lined up or a circle around you, and one officer shoots, one officer sounds off, and that's enough to trigger this reaction from all of them. That's like, yeah, it's time to pull the trigger.
That's true.
And I feel like studies should be done on that, or even some have, I don't know. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And there's a lot of outcry, in the community. People are like, oh, I mean, people have this idea that, because of this case that was, like I said, concluded, for some reason they think like the police in America just be like, I guess we can't be shooting up people no more, babe. That's not going to stop them.
No,
That's not going to stop them.
it's not.
Unless there's some big, I don't even know what the answer is. Like, the police need to be retrained.
Yeah, I mean, dismantle the police. Like,
Yeah.
not
Dismantle?
dismantle.
Yeah. I think
it's
reform.
defunded.
I don't even want to use the word reform because they keep using the word reform. I think it needs to be deconstructed and rebuilt.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
I was reading this thing. It was
Yeah.
saying the police serve property, and money.
they what?
They serve property and was it money? Property and money. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really what they. Is it? I don't think it's money. I think it's something else. But I mean, if you really get down to it, that's usually the only thing, the only process that they undertake is the protection of property.
That's interesting. We've mentioned before, like, police
Yeah.
in other countries, like Eastern countries. I mean, Europe, for example. I know some countries in Europe where to be a policeman, you have to go to like college for like a couple years, right? You have to go through like intensive training before you even handed like
Multiple training.
like courses before you even handle like a service gun. And a lot of those countries, guns ain't rampant like how it is in America.
Yes.
So police aren't using guns all that often.
Exactly. That's why they have the tasers, and that's why, if you notice, most police in public areas pull up with batons, sprays, and stun guns.
That's
That's
what
all
you
you
need.
need.
That's all you need. That's all you need to get
When
the
the
job
cop
done.
cars pull up,
I mean, unless they
niggas
bust
pull up
you.
with the fucking gun.
Unless they busting you. Honestly, I've seen also, the videos where police genuinely have to fear for their life where
Yes,
they
definitely.
approach a car, you know, nigga immediately roll his window down while the cops right there on the side. They pull out the blicky.
Yeah.
They blam.
Yeah.
And the cop is either dead, wounded. He's on the floor screaming, "Oh, I need backup! I need backup!" You know.
That's
I hate this so much.
that is.
Hey.
You see a lot of videos of that, man. That's why I say I can't really blame like the cops too much for being as
Yes.
scared as they are.
Yes.
Right.
Because, like you just mentioned, wait, we had a video in our WhatsApp group the other night. You know, police pull up and the police are trying to be a cool guy. He's like, you know, ha ha ha. You know, he's laughing with them, just being a cool. And like, he was on the passenger side, and the driver like opened up, he slid out, and he had like this AR. And boy, nigga went around, and the cop was like, you know, looking a little bit, headshot on the ground, and like dudes drove off, and I was like, wait, this is
Some
crazy.
Niggas different now, you know, boy.
I mean,
Niggas always been different, but like we live in a weird time, boy.
yeah.
And we taping this shit.
It's all this lack of gun. Is this gun culture in America, man? I can always talk about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think that is fundamentally a big issue that comes
It
with,
complex.
you know, I think that's one of the root issues with why the cops are like untrained
Yeah.
and as twitchy and not professional as they are right now.
Real talk.
You think racism has a lot to do with it as well?
Yeah, right.
Racial profiling?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right, in a lot of cases.
Every day.
In a lot of cases.
Why? Do you think? Well, not why. Do you think that when they're trained? Because then I watch Criminal Minds. That don't mean shit. But I just do my little research. I was reading the shit in terms of like I watch Mindhunters. Mindhunters is a great show. To get into the psyche of a criminal, you kind of have to profile them, buddy. Do you think like they purport? No, we know that they're proportionately sending them out to look for people of color, Hispanic people. They don't fuck with the Asians for some reason, and they're just nice white people.
Not a large amount of Asians in them type of neighborhoods.
How many Asians have we seen been getting shot by the police? That's my honest question I'm asking. I don't know.
By the police,
I don't know.
you don't really see that too often. It's the Asian violence happening now is like
Asian on Asian.
Racial.
Oh no.
Racially
it's
civil.
citizens
Yes.
being violence against Asians.
Yeah.
I have a story. So apparently there's this dude going around. I think in the south. He was targeting I think some incel dude, Asian spas and whatnot, and he like shot up a bunch of Asian women. A lot.
Oh yeah, that was the salon, right?
Pardon?
That was in the salon.
Yes.
Mm.
He was going to the salon.
Yeah.
And he was shooting them up. And he was trying to say, it wasn't like a COVID thing, but who knows at this point? But
No, but that was all so many things.
Elaborate.
That was him basically saying, trying to say that he was sexually drawn in by these Asian women, and because they played a part in, I guess, arousing him and giving him these feelings that he felt were ungodly and he shouldn't be feeling, that he needed to then eliminate the stimulus instead of removing his fucking self from the situation.
That's crazy. And it's so easy for that to be swept up in this. What's generally the Asian, the anti-Asian like crimes that's happening. This is just a crazy dude.
Yeah.
This is a crazy man.
yeah.
That's all he was.
Yeah, it could have been I want to say it could have been Mexican women who could have been his trigger
Right.
in an alternate reality.
Mhm.
But I think what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is this guy was just crazy.
Yeah.
I can't really see I'm always the base of this Asian hate in America. I can't really figure out like where's its. I want to say
Stemming from?
no. Where's it suddenly coming from? Is it a sudden thing
Oh,
or?
right.
I think that it's always been there.
Yeah, it's always
But-
been there.
In my opinion, I'm not Asian. I don't think they had the voice like how we have the voice now to say, hey, look, this shit is happening. How many times you go into Chinese and you hear, oh, ying, ling, 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 and this and that, and Asian pussy sideways and all that type of shit. And it's be like, wait, as a black man, I always found that offensive because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because how you feel if white dude come to you and say something like that or something like
Dude,
that's
oh,
the fuck.
oh,
That's
watermelon,
the
you know,
watermelon,
cotton picking.
cotton picking,
Yeah.
fucking fried chicken. So it's like they just go inside there and be like, $1, one, like don't make like. I feel like that's so It's funny, but it's fucked up.
It's
So-
very-
And
so-
all them niggas in the bars is be doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they treat them so
I just be
bad.
like, man, what are you
So
doing?
it's like, I think that they're now getting, I think it's AOC. I think they're now getting their voice up. Hopefully they get to a level even more with where Black Lives Matter or whoever is, so they can speak up. Because Asian people get treated like shit. Asian
Yeah,
people
they ain't
get
even
treated like
just-
shit on the regular dog.
Yeah, yeah, and it ain't even just like everyone should just speak up about that shit, because I mean it's just a part of life, especially in the Bahamas. Right?
Yes. Especially in the Bahamas.
So what's next on the list?
Yeah, let's move on. Some game hunters. We know those guys. They usually the big billionaires, white billionaires, old people going over to Africa. I gotta hunt these lions.
Oh,
You know, from the safety of their truck, get their rifles, shoot them, get their head and put it on their wall. That's just an example of one of the game hunting exploits. But I think the reason we're talking about it is now we're seeing like some these animals are getting payback, man. We were just listening to some guys that we've been following for years. We love them.
Yeah.
And they were talking about a game hunter who was trampled by some elephants that he was hunting.
Yeah.
Which is it's just universal karmic justice, really. That's what it is in my opinion. Ain't no reason for us to be killing these animals like that. I mean,
No.
survival hunting is a different story. If you got to do that to live,
Sure.
fine. But when it comes to just for the fun of it, no.
I mean, how do y'all think we should even be exposed to animals? Like, are zoos cool?
No way. I am not down with zoos. We should not be.
No.
First of all, wild animals should not be. We should be
in
separated from wild animals,
captivity.
definitely,
They need to be in their natural habitat, in my opinion.
and left to their natural habitat. Yeah. Why we? I mean, just to entertain. Technology getting good now. We could get some. What did Tupac come out as a projection?
Projection.
Yeah,
but
but we
the
get
thing
some-
is,
Yeah.
Andrew,
Mm.
I've been watching. There's some safaris that you could go on. That you could see them up close and whatnot. Just you have to stay in your car.
Yeah,
These
wait.
fucking white people just get the fuck out the car
Yeah.
and go and get mauled. So you can get up and close than even the zoo.
I even think that's wild.
That's wild.
I-
You got
I-
some rich shit.
I watch. I know what you mean. I watch one or two. I follow one or two like safari channels,
Yeah.
and it's literally these people be pulling up and they Honda Accords, like right on the plane
Ooh.
with the lions are like 5 feet away. It's like, what are we doing that for?
Yeah.
I thought observing them from a long distance was good enough. You know, Nat Geo doing the large zoom, but when are white people gonna stop? When are they gonna stop?
They rich, Ray.
That's a sad reality.
Yeah,
And these goddamn Africans who letting them do that, and they like they're the ones who operate in these safaris.
Yeah, and a lot of times that's the only ways of getting they tourism money.
Money,
So
yeah.
it's rough, man.
So it's definitely a strange
Situation.
deadlock going on there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Mhm.
well, I guess you answered the question, but like, so people just shouldn't be in areas where wild animals reside at all.
I mean, you know, if we're talking about like indigenous tribes
Who grew up
who
in
still,
that?
yeah, who still exist to this day, who are like, you know, living out there, and like I said, hunting. I think, you know, that's, like I said, in my opinion, that's fine. But to go out there in our Mercedes Jeeps and to hunt them, no.
That's sick.
So I think that separation.
I
that's
hate
what it
I
should
hate
be.
giraffe
Okay.
poaching.
Giraffes.
Yes.
Yeah, but giraffes ain't
On
doing
lion
this.
poaching, tiger, lion, any type of poaching, I hate it.
Yeah, but giraffes ain't doing nothing else.
And then what's the benefit? It's just trophy.
I mean, is there like a demand on the market for like giraffe
Yes.
meat?
Black market. There's
Giraffe meat?
anything illegal, Andrew. There's the black market for it.
That's true.
Giraffe neck and
Because
Yeah,
certain things you can't get in certain countries, they just import them shits out.
like let me buy 4 pounds of giraffe neck.
That's true.
Like a
That's the
giraffe
thing,
neck.
niggas.
That's-
4 pounds of giraffe neck.
Yeah, and it's going to these same damn billionaires who's be sitting up. Oh, I need that spicy giraffe curry with that giraffe neck.
Yee.
And make you nice and strong, or let you live long.
The fucking oxtail.
Yeah. Lord. Pretty much our last thing. So, okay, here in the Bahamas, in Nassau, I guess, Fusion Superplex, they have the Demon Slayer movie coming out
Oh, let's go.
on Friday as the recording of the recording of this show.
Not to cut you off. Are we all gonna be in attendance?
Well, I'm off Friday, so that could be a thing.
Friday. Today is Thursday.
Today's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Friday. What time? The movie starts.
I don't know. We can get in. We
We
can
get
check.
there.
We can check that.
I'll be there. We will go. We will talk about it because we can't fucking review images, so we'll just do still images if anything. But we will inform you all.
Yeah, I mean, even if we don't go, the thing can be right there on the internet. But irregardless, why I brought that up was because anime is taking. We talk about anime sometimes. Anime is taking this strange turn where, okay, so the Demon Slayer movie. This movie is basically gonna cover like maybe, I think at most like 9 chapters, 10 chapters from the manga, right? So I was having this discussion with our friend Christoph, like why they, instead of season 1 of the anime was done, you know, it covered a good amount of the chapters, and now they're doing this movie that's gonna take up a certain amount of chapters.
I have to catch up.
Yeah, and you know, we were having this discussion. Like I said, why are they doing this? Why are you just gonna make it a movie? Why not just make a second season of the anime and just continue with that? I think it's just a lot of money just to be made, right?
Yeah.
Demon Slayer,
Popularity.
yeah. Demon Slayer is crazy popular in Japan.
Right.
There was a movie. I should have checked this. There was an anime movie that came out like last year, and when it dropped in Japan, it was like their highest grossest movie ever, like to come out of there.
Yeah, damn.
Which is incredible. It's I should have.
Out of all the options.
Out of every movie that has ever been produced in Japan, that trumped all of them.
Crazy.
So, like I said, they doing this money thing with the movie, and you could do that. That's fine. But And another thing I wanted to bring up was, well, first of all, let me ask, how do you feel about that, Aaron?
How do I feel about
The whole making a movie as opposed to like just making more seasons?
Well, it's a really good income generation tactic for them. Because, yeah, like y'all said, niggas could ride that movie well into the, you know, the 6-7 figures.
Yeah.
And then,
merch.
oh yeah, and then they
And
could
then
release the second season.
prequels, sequels, spin-offs. Some of the things can come from marketing.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, do it. I don't know. And,
You pretty much answered it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just money to be made.
yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I mean the movie's gonna be lit. That's for sure. Because the animation we've seen out of season 1
It's
was
amazing.
it's mind-blowing.
I've never seen anything like it.
it's pretty dope to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much all we have to talk about.
All right.
So that's been episode 19. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for checking us out. Check them things in the description. Thanks for Air.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
For touching in. We really appreciate his appearance.
I think it's actually episode 17.
This is 19, my friend. This is definitely episode 19.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out.
Okay. That's weird.